Hi, my name is Ingrid Jean-Baptiste. I am the founder and artistic director of the Chelsea Film Festival in New York City. Welcome to CUNY TV Presents, an initiative focusing on filmmakers and their exceptional cinematic work. For the next few weeks, you can catch up with content from the Chelsea Film Festival and discover new stories that will make you think, believe, and hopefully inspire you. I am very excited to introduce our panel of multi-hyphenate artists who have all shown their outstanding work at the Chelsea Film Festival. Katrina Shivan is an award-winning actress, writer, producer, voiceover artist, humanitarian. She made her first appearances in Old Secret No Lies alongside Vinnie Vella, and Friends with Benefit, starring Mila Kunis and Justin Timberlake. Since then, she starred in numerous films, some of them she produced and directed, such as The Glitch, that is part of our CUNY TV Presents program. Janet Murphy Robertson is a documentarian, director, producer, and the executive director of artistsandmusicians.org. Janet also produces musicals, stage plays, concerts, and other cultural events. Her production credits include Dana McCoy's Lily the Tiger at Off-Broadway's Theater Row as part of the United Solo Festival, several highly successful runs of A Woman's Heart by Judith Petterlow, and many others. She is the director of Journeys in the Light. Bill Beydoun is an actor, writer, director, producer. He made his TV debut on Showtime's TV series Billions, where he worked alongside Paul Giamatti and Jeffrey Damon. He was also cast in ABC's For Life, where he worked with Game of Thrones actress Indira Varma, and the feature film The Atlantic City Story, working with actress Jessica Hecht from Breaking Bad. And during the pandemic, Bill discovered a new talent behind the camera and shot his first short film, Conflicted, where he also starred in. He is here today to speak about his most recent work, Climb, that he wrote, directed, produced, and starred in. Katrina, I've known you first as a festival supporter. You've been attending the festival for many years. And in 2023, we hosted the world premiere of your film, The Glitch.
Yes.
How did you get your hands on this hilarious script, and what made you decide to act in it, produce it, edit it? I mean, you are a woman. Having all these skills in one human is very impressive.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. You know, I've been a big fan of your festival for years. I've attended, and I was so excited when our film got accepted. So actually, as a creator, I create film concepts and treatments. So I'm constantly coming up with ideas of films that I want to make, and this was one of them that I wanted to create. So I usually use my mixture of my history and futuristic passion to create ideas for films, some of them inspired by true events or just from my imagination. This is particularly one that I kind of collab with the ideas of like I Love Lucy, the Stepford Wives, 1950s, like almost this immaculate set, but then reversing the POV. So instead of it being about the husband being the perfect husband, it's not so much about the wife being the perfect wife, like the normal standard. It's actually about the husband being the perfect husband. So I had this idea that I wanted to do, and then I reached out to my screenwriter who I worked with before, and I was like, let's work on a screenplay, let's develop this. And he did an amazing job, told such an incredible story in such a short period of time. And when I read it, it was just so funny. We hit all the points that we wanted to make with the storytelling, but also in a comedic way.
And in a very short time, yeah.
And it's funny because we dropped little notes and clues throughout the film of how the progression of the glitching kind of takes place. And so there's little notes that you'll see throughout the film that you'll be like, wait, did he just do that? And like, it's so well written, and it was such a dream to produce. And when I got it and I read it over, I was like, oh my God, this is going to be so much fun to make. Historical pieces can be challenging, based, the costume wardrobe set can be a challenge in period pieces. But I actually love that so much about it.
And more expensive also for budget-wise,
Yeah, actually some of the pieces, so I collect vintage clothing. Some of them have been my family members, or I've collected over the years. So a lot of those wardrobe pieces are actually my own collection.
Beautiful.
So I'm very particular in keeping everything authentic and organic as much as possible. And then one of the actresses in the film, that's actually her real kitchen. So she had like this 1950s all pink, like I was like, this is perfect set. However, I had to manage to not show a lot of the modern pieces while we were filming, like the microwave and things like that. So you have to be very specific when you're shooting period pieces. So that's a little challenging, but I loved it.
You mentioned you like to merge the past, so history, and the future, which is what we see in The Glitch. Why is that?
Well, I'm passionate about history. I've always been fascinated with it since I was a child, and I'm very fascinated with the future and what the future holds and what it can hopefully, bring to us. And some of it I try to use like real pieces of history, and then I stem off of it, and but it's funny because as much as I didn't get the microwave, or I didn't get this like certain electrical pieces that are in today's world, in the film, she has a monitor that she's speaking to, which would be our today, like Siri or Meta. So she has something similar to that in the 50s.
Yes, hello. I'm having a malfunction with my husband. Oh, he's here. Frank, dear, did you get the batteries?
Oh dear, I forgot about the batteries. I'll go grab some right now.
Wait, can you turn around for me?
Yes, hon?
Yes. The number is XR871.
What's that, honey?
Oh, nothing, honey. Don't worry yourself. It's a woman's thing.
Janet, your story, your personal story is fascinating. Before devoting yourself full-time to the arts, you were a senior consultant for PricewaterhouseCoopers, PwC, vice president of 2 international retail companies, and president of the consulting firm Ogden Associates. So what made you leave the corporate world and decide to choose the arts? It is a pretty bold choice, I have to say.
Oh, thank you, Ingrid, for this opportunity to be here. Katrina is a really tough act to follow. Your work is so amazing. So, well, I left the corporate world. I think it really has been an evolution, because when I was in the corporate world, I think in a way, I hope nobody from my business past is listening, I was a little bit of a fish out of water, because I have always been drawn to the arts. And I somehow ended up doing consulting and heading information technology, IT departments. And the good thing about that is that I think I developed some skills that ultimately fed into producing and filmmaking, in the sense that project management is a key aspect of doing films and producing things. And certainly the technology aspect, I took to Final Cut and all of the various aspects of actually doing the editing and all of the detail, the cinematography.
And that's what we see so clearly in Journeys in the Light. And the full title is Journeys in the Light, Democracy, Diversity, and Myth in the Wake of the Mayflower. And I'm very curious to know about the genesis of this documentary. There's a wealth of information that you can find in it, and I can only imagine it took you years to collect all this information. Why this story?
Well, I ended up, after spending a lot of time in New York in my life and also Paris, I ended up on Cape Cod at a certain point in 2007, which has a very, very small minority population, very small. I became involved with this community and my eyes were opened in so many ways. And I learned that American history, the way American history is taught in the schools is not actually the history of America. It eliminates so much in terms of the enormous and inspiring and successful, to some extent, story of African Americans to gain rights in America. So this documentary, which took me about 10 years altogether. Wow. I did it in collaboration with the African American Museum in Hyannis called Zion Union Heritage Museum, and in particular, a man by the name of John Reed, who is just, we call him the griot of Cape Cod, the griot in the sense of the storyteller and the keeper of history. And we collaborated for a good number of years in making this film. So.
I want to mention this quote of yours that can be seen at the end of your documentary, and you say, "It has been the privilege of a lifetime to work with the community surrounding Zion Union Heritage Museum and share the challenges and the inspiring history of people of color in this historic region." So do you think that there was a before and after of this research and showing the documentary to the world and at the Chelsea Film Festival?
Yes, there's
Did it change you?
Before and after for me personally.
You, yeah.
And also, we've shown the film. I'm remiss in not doing enough promotion so far of this film. It's hard to actually do the work and promoting it simultaneously. But yes, we've shown it to a lot of audience incorporating people of different races, but also to a lot of white people to whom this is something often of a revelation. So there's something of a mission aspect of it as well. So.
Yeah, the word revelation is quite big. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you, and thank you. The Chelsea Film Festival. I hope all of the viewers know about the Chelsea Film Festival. Magnificent works are included, and you and Sonia are so gracious and make everyone feel so comfortable. It's just an awesome experience to participate. This truth is not a threat to America's greatness. It is a threat to a narrow view of democracy that is not really democracy at all. To drive out the darkness they faced, people of color here, as in countless communities across America, kept their eyes on the noble lights of just and equal laws and commitment to the general good. And in the process, separated though they were from the full promise of America, they kept the promise of America alive.
Bill, besides being a wonderful actor, you are currently an MBA candidate at Johns Hopkins University, specializing in strategy and leadership. I did not lie when I introduced the panel as multi-hyphenate. Your film, The Climb, premiered last year at the Chelsea Film Festival. Tell us what it is about and why this topic?
Yeah. Well, first, thank you, Ingrid. Isn't it great to be here with her and Katrina and Janet? And thank you to Sonia and Michael and your entire team and the premieres and this thank you for everything. You really support us, so we appreciate being here. So Climb, Climb's it's a truly from darkness to light story. And it really focuses on these two characters, Emma and Abel, who reunite a year later after losing their young daughter in a car accident. And it's a very heavy topic. It's a character-driven piece, but underneath it all, there's a hopeful message that you can see the light and you could rebuild. And I started writing it really, when the pandemic hit. And I think we were all still trying to recover from that, and people experience loss in so many ways. And I started looking at this, like, what is this phenomenon that we all experience? Grief, loss, that it transcends culture, race, everything. We all feel loss. And I'm like, wow, this is interesting. So it's a very vulnerable piece because I started thinking about it for myself and observing other people. And then I picked losing a child because many would consider that to be like the ultimate tragedy a human being would have to face. And then I explored it first from Emma's character, who she gets, she seeks therapy, prescription drugs. She can't be near the house. She leaves Abel. She can't even be around him.
Wonderful actress.
Zoe is incredible. She really did a great job. And then in Abel, on the other hand, he isolates himself. He stays in the house and he unknowingly performs exposure therapy on himself by walking by his daughter's bedroom every day. So 2 different paths to process the traumatic event. And that's kind of why, and it was good. It's really performance centric, and from my acting background, and we had a great time shooting it.
Yeah. You used, and that's kind of a testimony to your work, about using the past with Conflicted as well.
Yeah. So Conflicted was our first, my first film that I directed. Yeah, and it was
during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, in 2022 official selection at the Chelsea Film Festival. And I find stories, and then I kind of construct this world, and then I'm like, okay, let me add some characters. Let's focus on a theme, and they're on set. It's like a performance first mantra. And that's like, I was trained with Alice Spivak in theater, and she worked in the Great American and British plays, and that's what it was. I saw the body cam footage, and I just started thinking about like, oh wow, like these police officers have to deal with these like domestic violence incidents, and what do they do? And that really kind of sparked the idea for that film, from Conflicted.
I don't even know where to start.
It's okay. I could just listen.
I've always felt so comfortable around you.
You've been missed then.
I've missed you too. Are you still running?
Yeah, every night.
In the dark?
Something about that trail at night brings a calm over me. As if I'm seeking something and it's out there to find. In the darkness.
You look different.
How so?
I don't know. Your face, it's as if it's hardened.
Terrible thing will do that to you. Why'd you push me away?
I want to ask you about any upcoming projects I hope you can share with us. Sometimes I know it's in the hush-hush, but if you're working on something currently or in the future, let's start with you, Katrina.
Yeah. So I'm working on a few things right now. I'm currently wrote some treatments that I'm developing. We're also getting ready to shoot the episode 2 of The Glitch. So the first one was the episode 1. Now we're going to be shooting episode 2, and it's going to be pitched as a series moving forward. So not just necessarily chipping your husband to be perfect, but possibly your children or your pet, right? So there's a lot of scenarios that could go with that. So it's going to be really fun to shoot that. As well as I got cast to play the lead as Amy Honeywell in The City on the Edge, which is a crime drama, which is really fun. I play FBI agent. So completely
nice.
different style, but it's been really fun to work with the same director that I worked with in Old Secrets, No Lies. So 10, 12 years later,
Coming full circle.
Yeah.
Thank you, Janet.
So I'm working on a few things.
I know you're moving also.
And I'm moving.
Yes, which is
Paris
exciting,
in
which
my
is a
mind.
project in its
Yes,
own. Yeah.
absolutely. So I'm working on a few things. One coming up fast is the Meany House Chamber Music Festival on Cape Cod, which is celebrating its 50th anniversary. It's a magnificent chamber music festival.
Are we invited?
Yes, of course. And also a short film that I had in the Chelsea Film Festival a couple of years ago, The Warning, that has now expanded into a film of about
Feature
an hour.
film?
A feature film, yes. And it includes 4 different plays written by Lee Roscoe, and completely different styles, and culminating in The Warning, which is highly dramatic. But these 4 shorts all tell a dramatic story about climate change. The film is called Dreams from a Planet in Peril. And then I'm also continuing to work with Dana McCoy on her musical, which in April won Best Musical in the United Solo Festival off-Broadway. So we've been busy.
And Bill?
Yeah, so I'm developing a script right now about a Iraq war veteran that's dealing with PTSD and his trouble connecting with his family, so I'm writing that right now. And then we have another script that's ready to go. It's called Greater Expectations. It's modeled on the collapse of Apple's stock price in late 2012 and the pressure that Wall Street could put on companies to hit quarterly numbers. And that's ready to go. We're just seeking like a forward-thinking producer to help bring that to life, because it's a very grand film and we need support for that one. And that's what I got going on, yeah.
Very nice. And you're looking for funding as well.
Yeah, well, that can help.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
That
We
can
never
help.
know. Since I can remember, my mother always tells me to dream big. With that in mind, I want to ask you, what is your daily mantra, if you have one, and your biggest dream? Katrina.
Biggest dream. That's tough. I have a lot of dreams, probably too many. I always say I don't think I have enough time in this lifetime to make all the films that I want to make. That's something that I have in my mind, because there's so many stories and thoughts and dreams that I have. I'm a lucid dreamer. I get ideas in my dreams. I'm constantly like having thoughts of, oh, I want to develop this and make this into a film. So some of them I'll just jot down as a quick note. Some of them I'll go back to and develop, but it's constant. So it's kind of like picking and choosing what are the most important ones to make in this lifetime.
And do you have a daily mantra? Something that you tell yourself?
Keep going.
Keep going.
Yes.
Okay. Janet.
Well, I want to comment on
Yeah.
Katrina's point there about lucid dreaming, because in The Warning, which was that short
Yes.
that was part of the festival, the environmentalist wakes up inside of her dream, and it's a kind of lucid dream.
Yeah.
And then we built this film around that.
Love that.
So we need
Wanna
to talk
see it.
about
Yes,
lucid dreaming.
yes.
It's sort of a fascinating thing. I guess my own personal dream, I'm an idealist, a diehard idealist, and I guess my dream, I love the word inspire, which is in your mantra for the Chelsea Film Festival. Inspire is in there. And I think it's hard for me to put into words, but I would like, through my work in some way, to inspire a better world, to inspire better understanding across cultures, and that would be my dream.
Thank you.
For which I don't have a particular mantra.
Okay. What about you, Bill?
Mantra, every morning I really try to practice gratitude. Like, just be grateful for what you have and who's around your life. So that's probably my mantra, just to be
That's
grateful
beautiful.
each day. Yeah, thank you. And then dreams, if I could continue to produce projects like this each year and collaborate with others, I think that's a great dream, right? Like it's just so much fun to
Is there
do.
any particular actor or producer you would like to work with?
Oh, wow. I don't know.
Do you have one?
Yes,
Yeah.
I have a list, but yes, go
You have
ahead.
a long list?
Yes.
Please, you first.
Well, Guy Ritchie is one of the directors I'd love to work with, but there's a long list of those. But anybody, yeah, that wants to just work on inspirational, creating films that tell a good story, it's important. But yeah, there's directors. Christopher Corolla, who I'm working with now, someone I'm very happy to be working with again. So I think when you meet someone and you have that connection, it's such a beautiful experience. You can just work with it again and again.
We were just talking about Jason Bateman's new show. I'd love to work with him.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go.
So Jason, if you watch the show, and Guy Ritchie, if you watch the show, and maybe you want to.
Well, I met 2 people today that I'd like to
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
What a beautiful end to the show. Well, thank you all. And one thing we can all agree on is the power of art. Zarifa Adiba, an Afghan musician and writer, recently spoke at the UN headquarters on a summit about artistic freedom and said, "We all know the importance of the arts. It is the most beautiful and most powerful tool to bring people together, to create harmony among people beyond race, beyond their religion, and beyond their color." That's all the time that we have for today's show. Thank you to our guests for joining us. I hope your dreams materialize very, very soon. And please spread the word about CUNY TV Presents and follow the Chelsea Film Festival on social media. Watch out for every announcement on social media, on Instagram. We need the arts more than ever. Thank you all for watching.